Hello dudes, welcome back to Distracted Dude. Today I'm playing a Mutate deck it's basically focused on equipment. It barely has any instants or sorceries. I think this should be fun. And this looks like a pretty good first hand, but there's only two lands. Only two lands here. Again, well, let's move one and mulligan. And yeah, let's move this one back into the deck. And I guess I'm gonna have to go with this two-land hand. And first I'll play an island, and then an equipment. Back to my turn. I'll play an land. Back to my turn. They play a land, and I play another land. And actually, I'll get out the golem or giant. I mean. And he kills it immediately. Okay. Back to my opponent's turn. They play a saga. And my turn. I'll play the Lotus Cobra. Then I'll play a land. Get the extra mana, but there's not really much I can do with it right now. And he discarded a card from my hand. What else is he gonna do? Okay, so he's going to destroy the Cobra. And then he plays an equipment. Back to my turn. I play a land. And I've got enough for my commander. Yeah, I guess I'll play my commander later, and I'll play this card for now. And back to my opponent's turn. They exile my graveyard. And then they play a land. Looks like they're thinking. Alright, come on. Oh, back to my turn. And I play a land. And then I scry one. That looks good. I'll keep that on top. And I'll play my, well, actually I don't have enough to mutate. So what I'll do is I'll play this creature to mutate with this card, and I really don't need its effect, but I need the other card's mutate effect, so I'll mutate with it. It's the only reason why I have that card in the deck, because it is a cheap mutate cost. It does help out from time to time. And because I mutated, I get to play the giant, and I'll equip my elk with a vigilance and trample weapon. That also gives them +1. So then I attack, they take the 7 damage, back to their turn, and they give up. Alright, well, that was a good one, but I think I'm going to do a second one just because that was a short one. So hold on here. Alright, this looks like a good opening hand. I will keep it. And they play land. And I play an island. And it's back to their turn. They play a land. And back to my turn. I play a land. I play a Lotus Cobra. And back to their turn. They play a land. They play a legendary artifact creature. And I play a land. And I gain an extra mana because of Lotus Cobra. And I will mutate on top of the Lotus Cobra so that I can get extra mana. and make the Cobra a little stronger. Then I search my deck for mana. I think I'll just take this mountain. And then I get another mana. So I'll play this guy. And I guess I'll attack. I mean, he can block, but I'm just wondering if he'll let the first damage through. It's usually a nice thing to do. And it's back to his turn. He played a land. And what's he doing? Okay, so he taps that creature that gives him 5 mana. So he's got a bunch of mana now. And he's creating some tokens. He just exiled a bunch of cards from his deck. Anyways, he gets more tokens. Then he gets some treasure token, I think that is. Back to my turn. I'll play a land. And that triggers the landfall effect, so I get an extra mana. Then I will mutate on top of the mutate stack with my commander. And I have to discard a card. So I'll discard this one. And I'll put it over. Now the mutate effects happen, so I get to search for a land. And I get the landfall trigger. And then I get to basically summon a card for free out of my deck, as long as it's a permanent. And choose attacker, so I'll attack for 6. He takes the 6 damage. And back to their turn. They play a swamp. And they're tapping out for mana. They destroy my creature, which triggers that effect somehow. And I'll move it back to the command zone. He gets +1 counters on each creature he controls. And it's my turn. Or, I mean, their attack phase. So, I think I can block here. I'll block this one. And that one. Oh, and he's got an instant, so he can kill my shark. And he got some tokens. And I'll play a land. And I think I'll use this guy because he'll shut down his spells. And he keeps doing instants and sorceries, so I think this will really help. But end my turn, back to my opponent's turn. And they are probably going to tap out that creature for mana. Yep, and I cannot read that all to you. I don't have enough time for that, but that looks like a pretty good card. And I get to copy unless he pays 2. Looks like he's paying the 2. So he gets 6/6. And alright, he's gonna gain life. And he chose not to pay the 2, so I get to gain life too. Alright, he attacks me. And then back to my turn. I'll play a forest. And I'll start the mutate stack again. I'll mutate on top of this creature. And then I draw. Now I have to discard a card. I'll discard the card I just drew. And I'll put my commander over. And I exile until I get a permanent, which is Gem Racer. He comes out for free. And yeah, I got some damage through. They're down to 14 life. I'm at 23. Looks like I'm doing good. But I don't know. They do have a lot more creatures than I do, but we'll see how this goes. Alright, he's tapping for mana. And yeah, he paid the 2, so I don't have to get a copy. And it looks like he's scrying 1, draw a card. Is he gonna pay the 2? Nope. And looks like I get a copy of that too. Nice. And I see the giant. I'll keep him on top. And I'll draw. Now he's in my hand. And they played a land. They're trying to figure out what to do. Oh, they're gaining life and drawing card. And that triggers my effect because he didn't pay the 2, so I gain 3 life and draw a card too. He's attacking with a 6/6. I will not block. And I'll play this land. And I will mutate on top of the mutate stack. I've got a 7/7 Flying Kraken. Well, after this, there we go. Yep, 7/7 Flying Kraken, trample. And I get to tap out creatures equal to the times it's mutated. So that's 2. And I get to play a permanent. This one lets me draw 2 cards instead of 1 if I drew the second time in turn. And looks like I get another land due to the creature's effect. And I'll attack with the 7/7, which will bring him down to 10. And he can't block. Alright, so my opponent's turn. They played a land. Alright, and then they tapped out. Well, with the creature that gives them 5 mana. And then he plays a sorcery. And I get a copy it if he doesn't pay. Looks like he paid. And is he gonna attack? Yeah, he's attacking with all those guys. So I will block that one and this one. Oh, he's getting instant help with the fight. It's dealing 4 damage to me. But I get to copy it, so I'm gonna destroy one of his creatures with it. Looks like my wings aren't gonna save me this time. So then boom. Now I'm down to 19, they're down to 10. And looks like I'm gonna mutate again to get some extra +1 counters. Gotta discard a card, so I'll discard that. I'll play it under. Now I get my 2 +1 counters. And I get to tap down 3 of his creatures this time. And I get to play this card for free, basically. And attack all. And he is dead. He was tapped out. And I had fun. Well, thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great day, and I hope to see you dudes next time.